Hi, good morning, guys. We're at it's Not Profit Commons, and it's a group that meets every Friday morning in Second Life. We are on a tour. Oops, let me move all my stuff around. And we're at a place called Etopia Prime. So I'm going to scroll back up so that I can tell you a little bit more about what we're doing here. It's a really large group, and this is their cafe. Let me get over onto the right chat. So I'm filming this for the Virtual World MOOC, and my apologies, I got up kind of late, so I missed the first part, but we'll be going to meetings for the not-profit, let me get the right name, non-profit commons group every Friday morning at 8:30 a.m. Pacific. And if you're got an avatar in World, just definitely come along and visit this as well. So let me go down a little farther. Rhiannon Chatnor is the person who set this up. It's a wonderful place to see. There's a lot of people who rent space who have nonprofit organizations, and they've been doing these videos for quite a long time. They also run Avicon and quite a lot of other open sim kinds of events. So I'm scrolling down to see where we can get the information about today's tour to Etopia Prime. Our groundskeeper who's giving us the tour today is called Namara McMormagh in Second Life. And he's at the barbecue. So everybody's saying hello. There's a whole bunch of people here. They have a pool and paddle boat. There's a beach that has a sim border. That sometimes can be a little tricky. It's a good place to relax, he was saying. It's really wonderful. I'm going to put my camera on so you can see around the place. And you'll be able to see there's lots of avatars here. So over there are a number of people in the pool enjoying themselves. And then in the back in here, if you can see my mouse, is a little lounge, and there's the cafe where the coffee can be gotten. It's a themed region, Namara has said. It's not a role play, but 3 of the 5 sims focus on education, which is right up our alley. Etopia Prime, which is where we are right now, is the residential and commercial build, and it does have sustainability builds on it. But this region where we are is not general. It's moderate. Hold on a second. I have to answer a thing. That would be great. And this is the lady who runs Nonprofit Commons. And she's asking if it's okay to put up all of their events on our Virtual World MOOC schedule. That would be terrific. So let me go back up to what he was saying about sustainability. Let's see. I know I'm on her. Let me get back to the local chat. He's saying that we might enjoy the underwater demo on Etopia Quest, the water treatment plant on Etopia Island, and the farmer's market on Etopia Prime, which is where we are now. Not in the farmer's market, but on the Etopia Prime sim. He says there's lots of engaging things to do here. Ginny's Arcade, for example, which is behind him near the cafe. So let me scroll around. Oh, I see that. I see the. Let me scoot over here between these folks, just so I can get a picture of that. There's a thingy here. Let me go out a little bit more. There you can see the arcade in the background here. So it must be a gaming thing. And then he says that they host live music here and at other places around Etopia. And then somebody's getting permission to take pictures. I asked him permission to do the filming. And he says, as you explore, you'll meet storytellers, and they'll share information, and some will actually tell stories. Ellie Pinion, who's one of our teachers for the Virtual World MOOC, is asking him if they keep track of who comes along. Let me see what people are saying out here. And I'll come back to this, but you can kind of see what's going on. This is DJ Mike the Bike Builders over by the fireplace. Oh, I think that's right here behind me. All right, let me walk up again a little bit. I don't want to bump into anybody. This is kind of tough. There's so many people here. Oh, wait a second. I think I see him back here. So these are bots. Yep. Right now he doesn't have a head, so let me come down and see if I can get closer. Yep. That's an info giver, and those are bots. His head is coming and going, but the bots often have a lot of information. If you click on them, they'll talk to you and they'll give you information and about the place where you happen to be. So Namara had responded to Ellie and said they track who clicks on them, who subscribes, so who clicks on the bots and who subscribes to the group. Let me go back. And they're working on a better way to track visitors and what they like. Oh, that's always hard. That's a great idea. And then he's telling everybody it's okay to take pictures. He says he knows there's a bunch of questions, so he's going to take a look and see what's there. He says it's important for us to create community as people. We have varied backgrounds, interests, and real-world circumstances. And Zinnia Zaber, who's also doing a session for the Virtual World MOOC later on this month, she says, I love that we can be with our friends this holiday weekend. Namara, who is a person telling us about Etopia Prime, he's saying, but community is important, and Etopia strives to create safe spaces to do that, whether small groups or larger groups like this one. He said he realizes that Second Life is great for creative expression personally and professionally. I think blending this creativity with communication makes Second Life a perfect place to gather, to work, and to learn. Oh boy, do I agree with that. And then Rhiannon, who runs Nonprofit Commons, says, we also encourage folks to take pictures during NPC events, but it's always good to ask when you're on a tour location. Boy, and that's true. So Sheila Yoshikawa, who runs the Virtual World Education Roundtable, another place that we're visiting weekly for the Virtual MOOC. She's from Scotland originally, I think, but she's at the University of Sheffield in England. I know I'm saying that incorrectly, pardon me. And she's asking what the holiday is. Buffy Beale from Canada is saying it's Labor Day weekend. And Namara is saying, yes, that's what's going on in the U.S. as well. And he says, for anyone gathering in real life, remember, be safe and mindful. That's because unlike other countries, we're still suffering very much from the virus. Namara is saying America needs a little help learning appreciation for the labors of its citizens. And Sarvana Holland is saying SARS-CoV-2 is not going on holiday. Will be so much more COVID-19 testing after the holiday. Well, I hope that's true. And someone else is saying America needs to fix itself in many ways. It's embarrassing to say I'm from America nowadays. It certainly is daunting to be here, I must say. Ellie is saying professional communities is the strength of Second Life. Oh boy, that is so true. Ellie is an educator who is from the University of New Mexico, and on their online learning of faculty. So one of the other people who is here is saying, yeah, it's a year of staycation, local bicycle riding and hikes with the dog. Well, that sounds like my life, although there's no dog and I don't hike, but we do. My husband and I are on lockdown, sort of, you know. I mean, we don't go out too much because we're older, but we certainly, when we get outside, we really enjoy driving around and seeing what's going on and walking around our area. I'm not going to read you any of the political stuff. So let me go down. So Katori Misswalker is saying, I'm ready for some morning barbecue. Lots of people are saying yes. So we're getting close to the end of the time. So he's saying some of people are leaving to go to other events. And he's saying goodbye to everybody. One of the wonderful things about being in chat in Second Life is that it means that not only people who are second language speakers of English, or if you're a sim that speaks another language of whatever language it is, if you're a foreign language learner or you're reading the chat with that in mind, it can be a lot easier than trying to listen to people talk. And the other benefit to it is that we don't people who are hearing challenged have an easier time joining in. So this is kind of what we're doing, and it's always good to have a back channel. Sometimes even when you're in an event in voice. I'm writing to one of our colleagues to tell her why I haven't answered her message to me. Somebody said, I just had a portion of that chanterelle risotto, so the beef barbecue isn't appealing to me right now. There's a lot of, let me see if I can get a little closer to some of these things. One of the things, surprisingly, if you've never been in a virtual world, is we always love to get together and eat and drink. Mainly, I think this may be one of the meals that is being prepared. And what's funny about it is that, I don't know, it's just great. It's like being in a meal with the people that you see in the real world. Let me go back up a little bit. Somebody's saying, oh, chanterelle risotto sounds so good. And Sheila's saying, I got a mushroom stroganoff with rice coming up shortly with my husband's cooking. Yeah, because it's dinner time in England. Marley is saying that she's hoping many of the people here come to her talk at the Virtual World MOOC, followed by Val Librarian's symbolic modeling course. It'll also be there for our course.
be sharing with you your fortune.
Take my camera over here and see what else I can see. Whoops. Gonna go look over here. So here's like a little lounge with a pool table and some books. Okay, what I'm gonna do, I've been writing to say thank you to people and giving them the information about the course. And what I want to do is kind of pull out and see if I can see what else is going on. Wow, this is really cool. Okay, this is good news. Get a load of this. That's you always want to look for a balloon whenever you visit an area. I think so. When you get into the balloon rides, these kinds of things are great. You get up there and you click on it, and then you click on sit. And when you do that, it just gets up and it flies around the area. There are a lot of different places that have balloon rides, and frequently they will be narrated in the chat. You know, you'll be flying over different aspects of a place, and you'll be able to see the you can see all of the things that are on the island, and you'll get some information about it. So you always want to look for a balloon, and they're not there just for can you TP me? Yes. You're not They're not there just for show, I was saying. And the cool thing about them, let me see if I can get up there and go up there, is just that you get a whole overview of the area. You see what's happening, you see how big the sim is, where it is, what's on offer, and all that kind of thing. And it's just wonderful. So that's something to look for wherever you go. Okay, somebody's got a warning. All right, let me get back down here. Oh, somebody's saying, don't take your electronics. Somebody's typing. Let me turn off my... I turned off my sound in Second Life for now. Nobody's really talking around here, and basically all you can hear is folks typing. Oh, I think that was Val Librarian. She's also going to be doing a number of things for our course. I'm just trying to find the link again. Why am I on editing everywhere? Alright, let me just back to the calendar and see. I'm just putting in the information for the people here. People are saying, oh, the MOOC is awesome, and I'm asking the guy that is running this to come and join us this year and maybe next year do a talk for us. And Buffy Beal is saying, nice, all the work you and your team do, Maggie. It's a lot of effort to put in. And Buffy is saying, that's what Buffy Beal is saying, the person from Canada. So it's good to get everybody over here. And I'm just going to say thanks, guys. Nellie Homewood, Nellie Deutsch, and Peonia Destiny, Doris Moralero. Started the first one back in 2014, and I was already a student of Nellie's. So I hosted the course in a building I had in Second Life, and I've been the creator of the physical syllabus ever since. And what I want to tell them is Nellie always does tons and tons of and she'll probably comment on this and other things, but she does, you should check out her YouTube channel because she does tons of different conferences all the time on different aspects of online education. And you can see a lot of these presentations on her YouTube channel. You can also, when you go into the Moodle course, I'm going to give this to the folks as well. When you get into the Moodle course, you'll see all the other kinds of courses that she's doing. And it's just astonishing. I mean, it's an enormous amount of work. People are saying that Shilbo, that's the sim where our course is great, a long surviving mainland community. I'm telling people if you come to the Virtual World MOOC headquarters, you can wander around the neighborhood. And I'm telling them that we lost one of our elders in March. He passed away, and that we've been trying to I don't know. Okay, so I was telling them about what a great place it is and what a great legacy we've got, and I'm going to be getting out that card that we have on the let's see, I think it's here. That card that we have on in the boxes that gives everybody some information about the community and about everything that's going on. Whoop, I'm trying to get that body. In Second Life, it's kind of cool. If you want to give somebody something, you just need to kind of click on them and off it goes. And it gets put into the inventory for the person, and then they can have it. And I'm going to just see if I can't get one on to everybody that's here still, because a lot of the people left. People come and go from events because you never know. You know, people have other things that they're doing. And it's wonderful to be able to be in here and then just to, kind of take off when you need to. The other thing I love about Second Life is that you can, if you're taking a Spanish class like I am, you can do your homework to the last minute, up to the last minute, and just, okay. And then I'm just looking down and seeing that everybody got one. Okay. If you didn't get one, you can pick it up in a note card. On the porch of the headquarters. Heart failure. No, I forgot. It was heart failure. Thanks, Rhiannon. I missed... Okay, let me just say, have a great weekend, guys. And thanks, Nam, for the wonderful tour. See you all next Friday and around the VWMOOC. Okay, I also have to get out of here. Oh, wonderful. So now I'm just talking to people and saying goodbye. One of the people here says he's a BS in instructional technology. He's been working with computer stuff for a long time. That's lovely. And I say welcome to somebody else who got our thing, and this person has left. And now I'm just going to say bye, guys. We need to get back to work. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I am going to go back to the Virtual World's headquarters. I have a favorites bar up here, and I'm going to do a tutorial for everybody over the weekend on how to go to places and gather your favorites and put it up on the bar in your Second Life viewer if that's what you're using. And I can also show you how to do it in Firefox as well. So you can see I have the Virtual World MOOC headquarters here, and I'm just going to click on it. And now I am flying back over to the Virtual World MOOC headquarters. And I'm good. Whoa! Where the heck am I? I don't seem to have gone back there yet. I may be kind of stuck over here. Looks like I'm stuck over here. Well, I hope you can still hear me. I don't know. Yep, here I am. Let me go around. Let's see, where did it put me? I'm right on the porch, but the building wasn't there just yet. That's the thing about these things. It kind of, you kind of have to res it in. So I'm going to go down here so that I'm in front of the Google Calendar so that I can, when it reses in, or maybe, I'll tell you, let me see if I can't bring over my Virtual World live sessions thing so I can show you what else is coming up, because unfortunately it's going to take a little while to res in. So let me pull this down so that you can see what's going on later today. So let me move this over. I'm still in Second Life, but now on my recording, hopefully you'll see this. So at 1 p.m. Pacific or 4 p.m. Eastern, so 3 hours from now, we're going to have Janie Teague Urbach, that's her in real life, who's called Katsi Tenen in Second Life, and she's going to be taking us to the community virtual library, Marley Milena Music Library on the Cookie Sim, to discuss the virtual world original music. There's a lot of magnificent music going on in virtual worlds, and the future plans for the new music library that they're doing. So you can find this by coming to the Virtual MOOC headquarters and clicking on the link, or you can go to the doc and just click on the links from there. And then on Saturday, we're going to be really busy. We're going to start out with a newbies meetup at 8:30 a.m. Pacific time with Bethany, the virtual version. And she's going to be talking about skills that you need in virtual worlds. At 10 a.m. Pacific, several people from the community virtual library will meet us up at the virtual reality research center in Second Life, and they're going to be talking about Bridging the Gap Research Symposium preview. So that's an event that's coming up. They're going to talk about that. Then at 11 a.m. at PDT on Saturday, we'll have Anne von Rijn, who's a German educator, and Peonia Destiny, who's from Venezuela originally and lives in Argentina, and they're going to talk about a really amazing language learning project called Virtually Anywhere. And the first one will be Anne and Peonia, and the second one will be Peonia. And that's at 11 a.m. Pacific and 12 a.m. Pacific. And that's on Saturday. And then on Sunday at 12 noon Pacific time, we will be at the Community Virtual Library Sunday afternoon talk. Sheila Yoshikawa, who I was talking to before, who's from the University of Sheffield, she will be giving a talk for the librarians virtual world interest group, and it'll be called Ageism in Library. And then there's libraries, and there's lots of other things happening in the virtual world MOOC. So things are not rezzing in. That's what I was worried about. So I'm just going to turn around here and, let me go the other way and say goodbye. And thank you guys for coming along. And we hope that you'll join us later on. Bye now.